Hello everyone and welcome to YouTube Tuesday, session 142 with me, Jessica Brigden of jessb, Creative Cardiology. Hello, welcome. Hope you're having a great start to your week. I'm excited because yesterday my March paper pumpkin kit arrived in the mail. This is the 10-year anniversary kit. Yes, it's been 10 years since Stampin' Up! Invented the paper pumpkin subscription box. And this year, I just love the colors of the box. We've got beautiful greens and pinks and purples, and as you can tell, I'm color coordinating with it. The ink spot that comes with this kit is polished pink, so I had to dress the part. But I'm excited to share this kit with you. It's absolutely beautiful. It just came. So other than taking the plastic wrap off, I have not even opened this yet. Hi Terry, if you have your paper pumpkin kit, go ahead, grab it and join me and play along. What I like to do is create one of each of the projects as designed or close to it. I don't always follow directions. And then we will play with a few of our own ideas that we kind of make up as we go along and share some fun alternate projects with you as well. Hi Alicia, hello. So I hope you guys will enjoy this. What is extra special about the anniversary kit, and Stampin' Up! Does this usually every March on the anniversary of the yearly anniversary of Paper Pumpkin, is they include an additional bonus stamp set. So I'm excited for that one. All right, which is awesome. And I did order a few extra kits. So if you watch this video and you feel really bummed that you missed out, then send me a message, all right, with your email, and I will send you a PayPal invoice, and I will get one of these kits on its way to you, all right? And if you are already a subscriber and you love it so much that you want additional materials, then Stampin' Up! Actually just today, they do have a few refills. What's a little bit different is the refill is just the shrink wrapped contents. The refill does not include the stamp sets, and it does not include the ink spot. All right, but that's a great way to at least get extra materials there. All right, so I'm going to flip the camera so we can go ahead and get started playing with this fabulous kit. All right. Hi, Kathy. Hello, everyone. Oh, Kathy, you are inundated with the rain and the snow in California. Oh my goodness. Well, this will be a good project to keep you warm and dry and cozy inside. All right, this is the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. Okay, good. Oh, Alicia is making cards and stamping along. Wonderful. Okay, so first thing, let's go ahead and open it, and then I will share. I did pull in some additional ink pads and some cardstock that coordinate with this so that we can maybe make some extra things here. All right, so when I open the kit here, of course, I love the box. This one did get a little bit dented in delivery, but that's okay. It's still pretty. And inside we have, of course, our polished pink ink spot. Love that. I think that's the first time Stampin' Up! Has included polished pink. All right. And then we have both of our stamp sets. So the smaller stamp set is the one that comes, the regular one that comes with the kit. And we have lots of sentiments. Let me see. Turn them so that you can read them. Sending all our love. That's kind of nice that it says our. Sending all our love. Here's to another year of growth. That is part of the plant theme, being the 10-year anniversary of Paper Pumpkin. To a wonderful mother. We have to an incredible woman. So I'm getting a woman theme going on here too. We've got this pretty little plant. There's a birthday. You deserve the best. There's Mother's Day. All right, so quite a few different ideas in there. And then the bonus stamp set has, okay, here, we flip it this way, has the large happy. I love that. So you can do happy spring, happy Easter, happy to call you my friend, happy anniversary. And then we've got this beautiful lilies, this gorgeous leaf and our little pot here so that we can plant our plant our greenery, plant our flowers. All right, so excited for that. So this is the bonus. All right, and they give us an alternate idea sheet here, so we'll keep this handy, and maybe we'll make one of these cards too. All right, love that. And then on the back side, they give us a sneak peek of April's kit. April's kit has a blossom theme, whether they're cherry blossoms or peonies. I'm not really sure what the floral is, but it's really pretty, and it has iridescent accents, which means that some of the elements of the flowers and the different die cut pieces are shiny and iridescent, which is really cool. So make sure you snag one of these. Make sure your Paper Pumpkin subscription is up to date, or even go onto the online store. You can do a 1 month, 3 month, 6 or 12 month prepaid. If you don't want to worry about keeping track of your subscription and your credit card, you can do a prepaid and do that way, which makes it really quick and easy. All right, I love that this kit has gold foil paper, and I always like to save this because I guess that's part of the crafter in me. I save the tissue paper because I never know when I might need to wrap a gift or stick something in a gift bag. So we've got pretty gold foil here, and I'm gonna just nicely keep that folded. Are you guys crazy like me? Do you keep gift wrap and tissue paper and all that fun stuff too? Let me know. Leave me a comment. All right, so I'm going to set the box aside, and here we have the contents. So this is what you would get if you were to purchase a refill. Okay, if you had an extra kit, then you would, this would be what would come in that. All right, so I'm going to use my paper snips. All right, Terry tries to save her tissue and things too. Yeah, I even save my boxes because you never know. So they're great for handy for packing things up if you're gonna take a few supplies on a trip. Great for just repackaging a gift if you need to send something to somebody. You can keep your Stampin' blends. And actually, what I'm surprised they didn't mention it on the little sheet. The April kit is going to come with a bonus as well. The bonus for the April kit is actually going to be a box organizer. It's going to be a little set of like a grid system so that you can organize and keep several months worth of ink spots in there. You could organize it so that you can keep your tools. Maybe you want to keep your block, all that cool stuff. So I'm excited to see that. That is a bonus with the April kit. So just to tempt you with that a little bit. All right, get things off to the side. Let's see what we have. We have our instruction sheet here, which we kind of use that sort of. I kind of look at it and then decide if I want to follow the instructions or not. All right, so this kit makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. Like I said, I like to make 1 of each and then kind of change things up as needed. All right, so we've got our instructions in here. Keep that handy. And I saved the chipboard in there too, because if we decide to do some sponging or coloring with blends, you know, pull in some extra product, then it's nice to have that chipboard sheet in there. All right, so we've got some mini Stampin' dimensionals. We've got a sheet of mini glue dots. We've got some gold foil happy elements in here. All right, so keep those handy. The envelopes are all the same. Okay, so we have 9 coordinating envelopes that have that really pretty design on there. Now, I love the bright colors. I realize that's maybe not everybody's cup of tea. I mean, I can't imagine why, but I love these colors. And to me, it's kind of reminiscent of like a Monet's garden, like the water lily design. That's kind of what this reminds me of. But I love it there. I think it's really cool. So I'm going to set those to the side because we don't need the envelopes quite yet. And then let's see what else we have here. So it looks like we've got our first card design, 3 on top. this is kind of neat. So there's some gold foil accent on here, and this has a bookshelf motif. That's kind of neat. And then the next three here, this one has a really pretty window motif. All right, we've got some die cuts. I see we've got some textured die cut pots, and then we've got some labels here for our different sentiments. These are really pretty, larger die cuts in that green pink pattern. Okay. Then our third card is gold polka dots. Ooh, that's kind of fun. This is what I was most excited about. I love these like ferns and plants, all these different types of leaves, and they all have gold foil accents on there. Those are really, really pretty. All right, and we get 3 sheets of those. And then we have a sheet of Coastal Cabana, my all-time favorite color. Additional leaves here. So I'm loving this already. How about you guys? All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at card number 1. Card number 1 is going to be our bookshelf card. So we'll get one of these out here. Okay. Looks like we are also going to need a couple of our different plants. It looks like they're having us layer. So we've got one of these. That's really pretty. And then we need a fern. All right, these are quite delicate. Oh, so pretty. Okay. And then we need maybe the other one of the solid Coastal Cabana pieces. All right, so it looks like 6 of these are the same size, and then there's a 2 sprigged piece here. So we're going to go with one of the single branches. Hi, Polly. Hello, hello. Yeah, I was so excited to get my paper pumpkin kit in the mail yesterday. Of course, they just shipped last week, so I don't think everybody has theirs yet. But I'm glad. I was glad to get mine early here. All right, and then we need one of these slanted sentiment banners. And I think that is about it. Okay, so let's pull in. We've got our stamp set here. You deserve the best. Of course you do. All right, so we've got that. And I'm just going to use just a block that I have here. And I love my ink spots, but because I already have an opened polished pink ink pad, I'm going to save my spot for later. So throughout this video, you will see me using the full-size ink pad. All right, so we've got that. We're going to stamp our label first. Smooth that out just a little bit. All right, you deserve the best. Okay, perfect. Close this up so we don't stick our arm in it. All right, so with this, we're going to go ahead and fold our card. I love this. Is super simple. Very quick and easy here. So we're going to use a couple little dimensionals on the back of our sentiment label. And then our plants will go on with mini glue dots. And it looks like we need a little pot for our plants. So one of these little fresh freesia pots with the gold stripes there. And you know, this is where I deviate from directions. So the little dots here, the little circles, indicate glue dots, and the little hexagon things indicate dimensionals. But I'm going to use dimensionals for my pot. All right, I want to pop that up a bit. Okay, so we'll change that up. And then glue dots here on the back of our various plants. All right, so when it comes to those little glue dots, they are a little finicky if you're trying to peel them off with your fingers. So I like to use the end of my paper snips. You could use the spatula end of your take your pick tool. But what I like to peel these off with my tool, and then you can place them directly onto your die cut and not have them get all goobied up on your fingers. Okay, so we're gonna place just a couple on here. If you place them on the wider parts of the leaves, then that's a little bit easier there. Okay, and then we're gonna put a few on our larger leaf. It's easiest just to go ahead and place your adhesive dots on everything first. Okay, so 4 or 5 dots per plant seems to be what works out best to kind of tack these down. I'm going to go ahead and again put one up there, and then I want to kind of tack the top down too, so I'm going to put that right on the stem. Okay, so we've got each of these pieces, and then when it comes to this, we're just gonna, again, you can use your fingernail if you have one, or just take your pick tool and just gently brush those little dots off. All right, so let's put our lightest color. The Coastal Cabana piece kind of pops from behind, so we're gonna put that one on first. Okay, and again, we're kind of positioning it down here because our pot, can you guys see that in the camera? Our pot is going to go right down here. We want to make sure our pot can sit on the shelf. We don't want it falling off the bookcase. Okay. So use that to kind of determine where you're going to put your plants. All right, so the stems can extend, and the branches can go all over the place, but make sure your pot is positioned properly. All right, so we've got our Coastal Cabana leaf, then gently peeling the backings off of our fern. Okay, so we've got plants going in each direction here. I love the little gold accents on there, so pretty. Okay, so this one is kind of going over here. Again, I don't want it to take over the card and cover the books and the pictures on the shelf. Then our third plant kind of goes up the middle a little bit, so they're layering. All right, really cute. And oh, good, Polly got her kit yesterday too. Awesome. And we'll put our little pot there on the shelf. I like that with the dimensional. And then we've got our sentiment label, which just comes over here and extends across the front. Wow, quick and easy. And with all those gold foil accents, really don't need anything else on there. I noticed with this kit, we did not get any extra like accessories or dots or anything. I would suggest, if you wanted something to coordinate with that, I pulled out the brushed brass butterflies. They're really flat. These would go really well with this kit, and I think we'll use them on a couple cards too. Okay, so there is card number 1. What do you guys think? Aside from putting those glue dots on the plants, it was really quick and easy. Hi, Margaret. Hello, hello. All right, thank you guys for joining me this afternoon. So there is card number 1. I'm happy with that. I think that's really pretty. We're going to move on to card number 2. This is going to be our stained glass window card. Okay. All right, so we'll grab one of these. I'm going to go ahead and just fold it. It's nice. It already scored for us. Okay. So on this kit, or this particular card, we are going to use from our sentiment sheet here. We want one of the larger labels. Okay. And then we need a couple of the different plants here. We're going to use this one with the rounded leaves. Again, just be careful as you pull them out because they are quite delicate. All right, we're going to use our other large green leaf in here. Okay. Ooh, we get to use this fun little one that kind of hangs over the edge of the pot. We're going to use the purple pot for this. The design there on the purple, let me get that in view so you can see that in focus. This reminds me a lot of the Splendid Thoughts collection that we had in our July to December mini catalog. So if you have the Splendid Thoughts collection, then this would work really well with this too. All right, and then we need a single Coastal Cabana leaf here. Okay. All right, so it looks like we've got all of our plants. Okay, so our first sentiment, let's do our sentiment piece first. This one gets To an Incredible Woman. All right. So we will stamp that with our polished pink. All right, stamp that first. So another set I was thinking that might coordinate nicely with this, because obviously this kind of has a mother, woman, kind of female theme to it. But we do have this nice stamp set in the current mini catalog, the January through April mini. It's called Best Family Ever. And this one has a lot of nice sentiments because it's got masculine and feminine. It's got grandma and grandpa, niece and nephew, husband, wife, mother, daughter, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin, baby. It's got the whole works in there. So I think this would be a really nice set to pull in as well. If you didn't want all of your cards to be mother, you could put, you could use grandma or anything else on here too. So that's a nice one. Okay, so we've got that. We'll get our dimensionals ready to go on this one. And then we'll get our mini glue dots placed on our, I'm going to put a 5th because I don't like having that extra space in there. And then I'm also going to put, again, I like my pots popped up, so I'm going to put dimensionals on my pot as well. So we've got those ready to go. We'll get our glue dots here for all of our plants. Actually, we use 2 pots. Boy, that's really hard to see, but there is an actual, there's a smaller white textured pot on here. That must be this little one. It's kind of cool. All right, let's pop that up with a couple dimensionals too. I'm just going to put 2 on that one because it's a little bit smaller. All right, now we've got 4 plants, and we'll place our mini glue dots on all of these. All right, push this up so hopefully you guys can see. Try to keep us in view here. All right. So again, about 4 to 5 glue dots on each leaf or plant here seems to be good. Okay. All right, here we go. I love that this has a nice spring theme to it. Our weather has been pretty wacky, although as some of you can tell, I know those of you in California are been getting washed away, which is terrible. We had some crazy cold and snow last week, and today it's 50 degrees out here now. It's absolutely beautiful. We've had sunshine to go with that 50 degrees, and I think I'm gonna try to go for a walk here when I get done with our video. All right, so let's go Coastal Cabana leaf first. Just put all my little glue dot backings in a one spot, and then I'll swipe them off. Okay, so this leaf, oops, again, delicate here, is going to kind of extend. Don't make it go off the curve of the fold of your card. Okay, you want to make sure it stays on the card. Okay, so position that. That's a great thing. You can kind of maneuver it to curve it how you like. All right, then we're going to put this kind of purple plant with the rounded leaves. Okay, so this one is going to go up towards the center. All right, the points kind of go towards the divisions in that stained glass window there. And then our green leaf here. This one again, so we've got lots of layers on here. This one comes up through the middle. Okay. And then our purple pot. I'll put all of these plant stems in a pretty purple pot here. And then we've got our little white pot. Let's put that on next to the purple one. Okay. Line that up in here. And then this one has this neat little piece that kind of sprouts over the top. I'm just trying to decide which way I want it facing up. So it looks like we can kind of layer it here. So I put my glue dot right in the center, right in the center there. I'm going to tack that right on the edge, and then my plant is growing beyond the pot a little bit. I like how it has that 3D effect on there. And then we've got the little dimensional pieces here, our sentiment label. All right, that's really cute. And then this one goes right across this middle here to an incredible woman. All right, beautiful. I love that. To me, it has kind of a greenhouse look to it there with the plants, in which case I feel like that's just a little plain with that large sentiment label. So let me cleaning up my little backings here into my bin. I think we need a couple of butterflies on this card. What do you guys think? Should we add some butterflies? Like I said, I kind of stick to the original, but don't always follow the rules. So let's bring a couple. Hi, Karen. Hello, hello. Glad you got your kit yesterday, too. And the best family stamp set. That's perfect. All right, so this is a partial pack of the brushed brass butterflies. Say that 5 times fast. All right, so let's go ahead. I think we need, what do you guys think? Doesn't that make it better? Putting a little butterfly there on that sentiment label. Even just one. I think that just adds a little something extra to it. Definitely. So quick and simple, but just a little touch of an added butterfly makes everything better. Okay, card number 3. So I'm going to keep my butterflies close by. All right, card number 3 is the polka dot backing. All right, so the other 2 cards were portrait, vertical there. So this one is going to be landscape, horizontal. This one, we also get to use one of these fun colored banners. All right, we get to use these 2 purple plants. Okay. And don't throw this away. Save this. And it looks a little plain, but actually this can make a really cool stencil. So I would say save your die cut sheet here to use as a stencil to create some neat backgrounds here with your sponges or Stampin' blends and things like that. I think that would be really neat. Okay, this card also gets this little, the larger of the Coastal Cabana plants here. Okay. All right, so we've got our elements here, and we need one of the shorter sentiment labels. Okay. And we get to use the large pot. All right, and our gold foil happy. Okay, these are pretty thick. Those are nice and sturdy here. Okay. Oh, that little edge doesn't want to let go. There we go. Okay. All right, so we have all of our pieces here, I believe. All right, so first thing we are going to do is we get dimensionals on this banner that's going to go across the center of our card. Oops. There we go. Get all the pieces there sticking to my fingers. Okay. All right. So we've got that. And it's kind of funny. They don't really, well, I guess they're putting little mini glue dots on the front of these little purple flowers. Putting one on each of these leaves, and these are actually going to stick to the banner itself, which is why we're putting the glue dots here on the front side. Okay, so got this ready to go. Then I'm going to peel the backing off of these. Okay, so as we flip this over, then we're going to take one of these plants. Having trouble grabbing it with my finger. There we go. Okay, so we're going to stick this underneath here. So that's why those little glue dots stick it right to the back. Hi, Sandy. Hello, hello. We are playing with March's 10th anniversary paper pumpkin kit today. Just came in the mail. And then the other one is going to sprout opposite it here, coming down below. Okay, so that's with the little glue dots on the front of those leaves. They stick to the back of our label. And then we can go ahead and put this in the center of our card. All right, you can use your little polka dots to kind of line things up. Yes, I just got mine yesterday too. So I just unwrapped it here on video, and excited to share this with you all. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to pot our plant. So we've got our 2-leaf and our pot. So let's put some dimensionals on the pot and a couple of glue dots there on our leaf. Okay, those close by, and our leaf. Okay, and again, put a couple higher up on those leaves. I'm going to put one more way up here at the top too. Okay, so we get the backing off of those. So I'm curious to see, polished pink is one of our current in colors. This is part of the I have to say that they're good for 2 years. So the 2021 to 2023. So polished pink is set to retire this year. All right, next month, if all went according to schedule. However, Stampin' Up! Is doing a color shakeup this year. That's all they have told us so far. Demonstrators will find out next Tuesday, the 29th? Or is that Wednesday? Sometime next week. On the 29th, whichever day that is when we will find out from Stampin' Up! Exactly what colors are retiring, what colors might be returning, all of that exciting stuff. And so I think it's safe to say polished pink will be retiring, but then again, I don't know. They might bring it. I would be happy if, because part of that same collection of the 21 to 2023 in colors is the Evening Evergreen and the Soft Succulent. And I know I've used those colors so much these past 2 years. Really enjoyed those colors. So I would be happy if they made those part of the core collection. I'm really not sure what they're going to do. It's kind of an exciting time, but it is safe to say that if you have colors, whether they're in colors or any of the colors currently available at the moment, make sure that you have your ink refills to go with those. All right, protect your investment in your ink pads by making sure you get refills. And yeah, make sure you stock up on any of the colors, whether it's the cardstock, the ink, the blends, those things, because it's fair game. And once Stampin' Up! Puts out that announcement on the 29th, then Imagine colors are going to fly off the shelf. Leave me a comment. Let me know, what is your all-time favorite color? What color would you be devastated if Stampin' Up! Retired? Okay. I know for me, it would be Coastal Cabana. I would be absolutely devastated if Stampin' Up! Discontinued Coastal Cabana. Because that is my favorite color. It's perfect for the beach. It's nice and bright. It's just my favorite color. Now, if we're talking about colors that they could retire, I would like to see a brighter, true pale pink, and I would be okay if they discontinued Blushing Bride and came back with a softer, true pink. What do you guys think? Do you have any thoughts on colors here? Okay, so we have happy, and we can go ahead and fill this in. I am not going to do Mother's Day or birthday, so I think I'm going to come in here, and I've got some anniversaries coming up, so I love that in this bonus stamp set that the font coordinates here, matches, and gives us some additional sentiments here. So happy spring. I love that. Happy to call you my friend, but I think the shorter ones here, I think this anniversary will work out nice. Terry says that she would miss Night of Navy. Oh, absolutely. I guess I haven't even thought that that is such a staple color that goes with everything. I guess that's why it's in the neutrals collection. Yeah, I could not even comprehend that they would retire Night of Navy. But I would like to see a few previous blues brought back, like Misty Moonlight. Wasn't in color a couple of years ago. That was a really nice kind of a medium dusty blue. That was really pretty. I would love for that one to come back. Or even if we go back a few more years, because remember, I've been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It'll be 17 years in August. And when I joined, goodness, I think that was, what was that, 2006? Am I doing the math right? I joined it late August, and that was the first year that Stampin' Up! Introduced in colors. So you can think we're going on 17 years of in colors, which is kind of cool. Polly agrees about the pinks. We need a prettier pale pink. Yes, I agree. because petal pink is nice. It's kind of a neutral, but it's not really a true pink. It's kind of a yellowy pink. Where in Blushing Bride, it's has kind of a brownish tone to it. So yes, we need a true pink. Again, this is really cute. It looks like my sentiment's just a little crooked there. Bring that down. Happy anniversary. Again, I'm gonna pull in some of these butterfly accents, the brushed brass butterflies. Make sure you add some of these to your next order, because these just go so nicely with this kit, especially when we have all these little plants. We need to have I'm sure the butterflies are just flying around wanting to be on the plants here. So stick one up there, here. Let's do a third one. We're going to go all out on this one. Let's go down here. All right. So we've got 3 butterflies flying around here. All right. Really, really cute. I hear Ziggy scratching at my craft room door, so I'm going to let her in. Hi, Zig Zig. She doesn't like to be too far away. She will eventually curl up underneath my craft table here and probably sleep at my feet. Okay, so really cute here. So those were the 3 cards as designed. We have our fun bookshelf. We have our bay window. We have our happy. Really cute. What do you guys think? This is a fun kit, huh? Sandy loves mint, macaron, night of navy, and crumb cake. Ooh, yes. And she would bring back Misty Moonlight and Evening Evergreen. Good choices. I agree with you. All right, so let me clean this up just a little bit. And then let's think about bringing in maybe some other supplies, some extra cardstock or ink here. And working on some alternate project ideas. All right, so the colors in this kit, on the back of our instruction sheet here, we have a list of coordinating colors. So we have Coastal Cabana, my favorite. We do have some crumb cake in here. That's a nice neutral. So I'm loving this combination already. Crumb cake and Coastal Cabana. We have Fresh Freesia. So we noticed we had touches of purple in there. We have Fresh Freesia and Orchid Opulence, or excuse me, Orchid Oasis. I always do that. We had a color years ago called Orchid Opulence. All right, Fresh Freesia, Orchid Oasis. For our greens, we have Garden Green. We have some Shaded Spruce. Then, of course, we have our polished pink here and the gold foil. So really pretty colors. Let me show you. I pulled out some cardstock and kind of made a little fan of that so you can see the colors in the kit. So I pulled in some basic white cardstock. We've got some crumb cake, some Coastal Cabana here. I realize I'm kind of in reverse order, but it is alphabetical. So crumb cake, Coastal Cabana, Freesia, Garden Green, Orchid Oasis, polished pink, and Shaded Spruce. So pretty. I love that. All right, so I've got those, and I've got my paper trimmer handy. All right, so they're giving us a few ideas here. Ooh, I kind of like this first one. Let's go ahead and work from this for now. This one calls for one of the polka dot themed cards. Okay, we've got our polka dot, and then we are also using from our die cut sheet some of these fun kind of multicolored rounded leaf plants. Kind of looks like something out of Alice in Wonderland a little bit. All the fun colors and shapes there. All right, so can pull in 2 of those. All right, and then we need one of our Coastal Cabana pieces. And it looks like we're going to do the 2 sprig here. Okay. And then maybe a 3rd. All right. And then this one we need a little bit. They have a, well, let's go with, if we do fresh freesia, we could use some fresh freesia for our circle. And then we could stamp our sentiment in Orchid Oasis. That would be kind of pretty there. And they've added a little bit of stamping and blending. So if we use our stamp here, that is part of the original stamp set. Here is this neat little plant image. Okay. Margaret's asking, is this new? Yes, this is the March Paper Pumpkin Kit, the 10 Years of Growth. It's the 10-year anniversary kit. I think you said you're in the US, you're in Illinois. Yes, if you're here in the US and you would like one of these kits, I did order a couple of extra. So just send me a message with your email and I can send you an invoice and get that sent to you. Okay, so I'm going to use one of the circle punches here. And let's see, which size do I want? I think, all right, I'm going to go with, let's go with the 2-inch. I was excited to see that Stampin' Up! Has brought back the 1 3/4 and the 2-inch circle punches as part of the online exclusives. They were so popular, Stampin' Up! Just released them. Oh, I got a little too close to the edge on there. Let's try that again. Yep. So we can have a full circle. They will be restocked. They sold out within 2 weeks, which is pretty crazy. But they are on order and it looks like they should be back in stock, I believe, on April 17th is the estimated date for that. All right, so let's use some of our, let's use some, do I want to use fresh freesia? Yeah, let's go ahead with the fresh freesia here. And we're going to just create a little bit of a stamping directly onto our card base here, kind of in different directions. So stamp one way, then the other way, and we can create a few different branches here coming out in different directions. And then you may notice what they've also done is taken a blending brush, add a little bit of ink here, and just kind of created a little bit of a purple haze here in the center of the card. All right, just soften that up a little bit. Notice I did not put anything in the center because that's where our circle is going to go. And nobody will notice that we've got a white spot in the middle. Okay, so we're going to take some of these plants here. Let's put some glue dots on these. And then we can put them in the different directions too. Okay, here's our dots. Let's go with our plants. Again, 4 or 5 dots seems to be good for these. Okay, so we're going to put our first one on, going up towards the fold of our card. Okay, and then we're going to put the next one on, pointing down in the opposite direction. Okay, one more dot up there. All right, so I know people either love or hate these little glue dots, but I personally find if you can use something to assist you in peeling the dots off the sheet, whether it's a pair of snips or the flat spatula end of the take your pick tool, that works so much easier. Okay, so we've got, oops, make sure that sticks. Okay. All right, and then we've got some of our greenery here as well. Put some of these on here. Okay. So we're going to put all the stems into the center, and then they'll be covered by the sentiment label. Okay, so we can kind of point this into the center. I guess I could have layered the other plant on top, but I like that little pop of Coastal Cabana. And then we'll do one more little plant, again heading out in the opposite direction. Okay, so this just kind of comes out the side a little bit. Very pretty, lots going on there. Okay, then we've got our circle of fresh freesia. And we've got all our sentiments here. Of course, they have here's to another year of growth. I'm not entirely sure how I would use that. So I think I'm going to do to a wonderful mother. I have a wonderful mother. Or I could do sending all our love, because that could be just about anything. All right, you could pull in any sentiment set for this. But let's go ahead and do that, and we'll send that. We'll stamp that in our Orchid Oasis here. So I'm going to put this right in the center. Okay. And then we'll put some dimensionals on the back. I'm going to trim the edge pieces here. All right, we'll use every little bit. Let's do a third. Okay. Oops, missed that one. Okay. These will collect right here in the center of our card. All right, and I think we just need some butterflies then. Okay. Let's do that. Let's put a couple of butterflies on here. And we'll do a third right up here. So they're kind of flying up the card. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? The elements in this kit are just so nice. All right, love that. Kept it simple, just layered some of the different plants. Added a punched circle of fresh freesia, and then some butterfly elements there. All right, so that's alternate number 1. Okay, number 2 here, the idea was to use crumb cake for the background. So I have a sheet of crumb cake cardstock handy. Okay, so let me cut that in half to form our card base. So I'm going to slide this in on the long side, on the 11-inch side, at 5.5. Okay, that'll be the base. All right, now if you want to add kind of an extra layer, just for a little extra something, we can cut a layer down to 4 inches by 5.25. Okay. All right, so the crumb cake will be our card base. So we'll go ahead and fold this here at the 4.25 mark. Okay. And then we're going to do our stamping here on our layer. And this is where it's good to save and pull in that extra, that chipboard that comes in the packaging. Because that way if you do any stamping off, you know, or if you stamp beyond the edges of your cardstock, then you can protect your work surface or anything that might be underneath it. So we're going to use, from the bonus stamp set here, we're going to use the large fern stamp. Okay. And I'm going to use my D block for this. And we're going to pull in some crumb cake ink. All right, so we had somebody comment that crumb cake is one of their favorites. So you're going to love this. Okay, so we're going to randomly stamp our crumb cake, our plant and crumb cake here all over our card. Come in off the top as well. All right, so you can see why I'm protecting my work surface here. And then we can come down here. We can come in off the edge. Can come across the bottom. And then maybe we'll do one up through the middle. Okay, so we just have a randomly stamped background there in the crumb cake. Okay, and then get that out of the way because it's very inky. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can layer this onto our crumb cake card base. So I'm going to pull in, I do have a little Stampin' Seal handy. Okay, just for a quick application here, we'll put this onto our card base. All right, so we need some of our fern images. All right, so we're going to pull out a couple of these pretty ferns. All right, so we can have them growing in different directions here on our card. I do love these pretty elements. Okay, so we'll do a couple like that. And then we're going to need our happy stamp. Although I might use gold for this one because I still have an extra. But let's peel this off anyways, because then I can show you that if you don't have, because the gold ones are die cut, which makes it really nice. But I can show you how to kind of make that look on some basic white here. All right, so let's go ahead and tack these down first with a few little glue dots. Okay, you guys still with me? The cards themselves, the paper pumpkin is designed as essentially like a 30-minute creative escape. And so really, if you got down to it and made the cards as is, you could accomplish that in about 30 minutes. But of course, when we explore the creative option here and making some alternate designs, then that of course takes a little bit extra time. All right, so we're going to come in. We're going to have a white panel here in the middle. So we're just going to kind of position these ferns in place at the moment, and then we can adjust them a little bit. I do like them going up. So this one I'm going to have pointing towards the top. Okay. All right. So we need something to stamp our plant on. All right. So we're going to use the beautiful lilies and our pot here. All right. So we've got the lilies and we've got the pot. All right, Alicia says she's still here. Good. Good, good. I always like chatting with you guys, not just talking to myself. All right. How's your card making coming along, Alicia? She's working on some cards this afternoon too. All right, so I'm making a little pile of stamps. I should be cleaning those as I go along, but right now I'm just kind of stick them in a pile. We've got our pot and our happy. Okay, so let's get some of these tidy up as we go. All right, you wouldn't know that because my craft room is so much of a disaster, but when it does come to my immediate workspace here, I do tend to tidy a little bit as I go. All right, so let's see. I've got my mini machine because that fits here on my desk. So I think we'll use this. All right, clear things out. So mini, so I've got plate number 1. Okay, and then we're gonna layer clear plate number 2 on top of that. And then we'll use some basic white cardstock and a die. And I just need to decide what kind of panel I would like on the front. I did pull out a couple of things. Let's see, the edge uses the deckled edges, and I think that's one I did not pull out. I do have some, let's see, I have the new radiating stitches dies, which this one is kind of cool. That might be kind of neat. We could, and that has a little bit of texture around the sides. All right, so let me check this out. This die is about 4 inches. It's like 2 3/4 by 4. So I'm going to pull in that sheet of basic white cardstock. All right, and my trimmer here real quick. I'm gonna cut a 4-inch section down the middle of it. Okay, because that way, all right, I need to go a little bit smaller. So it's not quite gonna fit into the machine. So let's go to 3 3/4. All right, that'll fit through the mini machine here. Okay, so I'm gonna lay this on here. All right, that'll just fit. Put my die on top, cut side down. All right. Oh, good. Margaret's still there. She's working on cleaning up her scraps and throwing out little bits, and good job. All right. So we're going to snap, crackle, pop. Don't worry if, you get that little crunch. All right. As long as it flows through your machine smoothly, you're okay. If it gets stuck, then reassess. All right, but I think that worked out good. We've got some really neat, I like that little stitched detail on there, and I'm going to save this piece of cardstock for the next project here. But let's do on this one. Oh, must have touched a glue dot somewhere. All right, so let's go ahead. We are going to stamp this. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this in shaded spruce. The sample shows black, but I'm going to do shaded spruce here. And we're going to stamp our flower here towards the top first. Okay. All right. And then we can take our pot. We'll add our plant to our pot. All right, that fits perfectly here on our little die cut. This is the Radiating Stitches dies. Those are new, part of the online exclusives as well. Okay, just kind of move things around a little bit. Now, I did pull in some Stampin' blends as well. So I've got my polished pink and fresh freesia. We have some shaded spruce here. We do not have blends in garden green, so I went with the shaded spruce. And then maybe a little bit of crumb cake. That's the dark crumb cake. Oh, good. Found the light crumb cake. Okay, so that will work good for our pot. And if you want it, there's little dots that come in this bonus stamp set. They're kind of little decorative decorative pieces there, but we could put those in our pot. We could add some dirt crumbles, some potting soil, I guess we could call it here. Miracle Grow. I don't do well with indoor plants, no matter how much Miracle Grow. I do better with plants that I can stick outside and kind of let them do their own thing. That's the kind of plant I work best with. All right, so let's do some dark crumb cake here. So remember, if you can stamp in any of our classic ink colors, because our classic inks are water-based, and then you can color those with our Stampin' blends, because our Stampin' blends are an alcohol base. And so because they're opposite, I need a new light crumb cake. This one's pretty dry. Because they're opposite ink types, they don't run. Okay. So when you stamp and color, you always stamp with one type of ink and color with another. So if you stamp with watercolor ink, then you can color with an alcohol ink. Okay. I know sometimes that's hard to remember. All right, so I'm going to use the light marker and just color in the little leaves here. And then we'll touch those up with the darker shaded spruce blend. All right, did I get all the leaves? Okay, so I'm going to come in with the bold tip here. Just kind of re-highlighting some of those lines. For so long, David's trying to call me. Let me know he's getting out of work. He'll just have to know I'm still on YouTube. All right, so we got our shaded spruce. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do a mix. We've got some pink. We'll do some pink and purple lilies here. Let's go polished pink. We'll go bold here with our initials. So I'm going to use the dark polished pink to outline the petals. Okay. And then we'll color this in with our light, woohoo, nice and bright. So fun, pretty for spring. I haven't seen any flowers yet in New York, but I did see that the little daffodils, like the jonquils and some tulips, are starting to, the little greenery is starting to bud, and well as the primrose. I saw some primrose petals poking up through the dirt as well. So, you know, I think let's just go with pink. I'm kind of liking this. Let's do that pretty in pink here. but the birds have already started migrating. We've had the red-winged blackbirds, had a whole flock of those here in the yard last week, as well as the starlings. And then we also had, I saw robins for the first time. I believe it was Thursday. I did see a few robins. So even though our weather hasn't been totally cooperative yet, the birds are on their way and the flowers are popping up. So spring is coming. Hi, Janelle. Hello, hello. Yes, we are working on our alternate project ideas. Let's go ahead and pop this up with some dimensionals too. Just give it a little extra something here. So we'll do each corner and then we'll do a piece in the middle too. So far I'm still working with the little dimensional sheet that was included with the paper pumpkin kit. Okay. All right, so we've got those. And I probably should have had the little cardboard sheet underneath because the alcohol in the blends will bleed through your cardstock a little bit. So be careful what you have underneath there. All right, so we'll put this right in the center here. And we could always kind of have the leaves kind of poking around it a little bit, if you like, but I think that works pretty good. Let's bring in, of course, we need to bring in some more of our brushed brass butterflies. Okay, so we've got large and small in here, and I think we'll do one of each, kind of a large and small. And then this little one is kind of jumping off the sheet. So let's do a little one right up here. Okay, that's cute. We'll bring in a little bit of this basic white cardstock for our greetings here. So let's use some Orchid Oasis. Let's go with a nice purpley, kind of bluish purple. Okay. And then we can use one of our little die cut sentiment pieces. I use one of these. And that we can do for we can do happy, how about happy anniversary again. Is that it? Yeah, I just need to, I want to stamp it in shaded spruce, so I need to clean the polished pink off of it. A little Stampin' mist here in my scrubber. Okay, so pull in my shaded spruce for that, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with the words here. Okay. All right, cute. Again, a couple of, it's hard to pick up, a couple of dimensionals on the back there. Okay, keep these handy. All right, so what you can do sometimes with these little curvy words is bring in your snips and do a little bit of fussy cutting. All right, you don't want to get too close to the edge. You want to leave some white space there. All right, we'll just kind of rotate your paper, hold your scissors steady, and come in around the outer edges of your letters. All right, if that's too big, you can always kind of come in and adjust it afterwards. Like I get a little carried away on my loops some, so I might have to doctor that up a little bit. Okay. Come in along the bottom. I have a hard time with loops. I get a little carried away. All right, but just do the best you can to start with. Okay. And then we're gonna go all the way around. Okay. And then sometimes it's easiest just to kind of cut this off so you're not dealing with a whole sheet. All right, and then come back in from a good starting point. Okay. And then trim out along the top. Okay. Again, you're moving the paper, not your shears. Okay. I know, such concentration here. All right, I'm not going to go all the way down in the Y. I'm going to kind of skip over that. Okay, carefully up in there, and we're just about done. Okay, I don't do a lot of fussy cutting, but for something like this, when the letters, at least they're not too small. And again, then you can come in and trim out any pieces where, or maybe you got a little carried away. Okay, you can trim out the excess, but I guess I should come back in. That looks a little weird. I'm gonna come back in here and do a little section, but that was easier to do it afterwards than when I was holding that whole sheet. All right, so that is what they did on the sample there. And then put a few dimensionals on your biggest loops here. Okay, let's put one in here. Get them all? Okay. So when we do that, then we can bring in our card. All right, I want to position these so that, because I don't want to cover our butterflies. All right, so we've got happy. We are balanced across the front of our card here. Okay, and then peel off our sentiment so we can come in here and kind of weave it underneath a little bit. Have our happy anniversary. All right, that came out cute. Really pretty and fun. A nice way to color those beautiful lilies that came with the stamp set. Create your own background there with the big leafy stamp. All right, love that. All right, so that was part of the other alternate sample there. Okay, let's show a little bit. I've mentioned using some of those designs as a stencil. So I'm going to cut a little layer. Let's go to 3 3/4. I'm just using some basic white. Let's do 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. And then maybe we'll, let's layer that on some Coastal Cabana. Woohoo, my favorite. All right, let's do that. So I'm gonna do a layer of this. So we'll do 4 by 5 1/4 with our Coastal Cabana. And then let's go with crumb cake. Again, crumb cake, nice neutral. So we'll do our card base in that. So half sheet here of crumb cake. All right, so if we do this, get these all ready to go. This is just a 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 half sheet of crumb cake. Folded there at 4 1/4, just like we did on this card. All right, our Coastal Cabana layer is 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll put this down first. Okay, gives us a nice pop of color there, a nice contrast. All right, so then our main panel 3 3/4 by 5. Go ahead and bring your chipboard piece back in. All right, and then let's use, remember I said don't throw your die cut piece away. We can use this as a stencil. Hi Wendy, hello, hello. Just checking in on the comments here. I know we've been going to town here for a little while. We are going to use this piece for a little bit of a stencil. And I'm gonna check when it's this delicate, honestly, I think daubers would work best, because that way you can daub over rather than, I think the blending brushes kind of circulate a little bit too much, which can make it a little difficult. Checking out my colors here. Okay, so I'm going to use daubers for this as opposed to blends, just because I think it's a little bit easier. And we'll start out with some Coastal Cabana. We'll kind of make our own little background here. Let's do that. We'll do this leaf here. That one was greenish, so we're going to use some Coastal Cabana, and again, I'm just daubing on top. Okay, so you can see some of these little pieces in the middle like to pop up, which is why I think daubers work better than the blending brushes. Okay, so you can add as much, but just delicately daub over that. And then, oh, how cool is that? Doesn't that look neat? All right, so let's do one. Let's do a couple. All right, let's go this way as well. We'll kind of point towards the other corner, and then we can just create a little sentiment piece for the middle. So I am going to overlap my stems just a bit. Okay, and this is Coastal Cabana. However, my my dauber had some, I think it had garden green on there, so that's why the color's a little bit darker, a little more than doesn't exactly look like Coastal Cabana. It's Coastal Cabana plus whatever green is on my dauber. Okay. All right. Oh, I got off the edge just a little bit. That's okay. We'll cover that with my my sentiment piece. And then if we want, let's see here. Let's start with that before I get too carried away. Let's bring in one of these wider banners. Okay, so I've got a little more room there. And we can mix and match. We did some stenciling. Let's pull in a couple of these pretty little purple sprigs here from our die cuts. And do we want anything else? I think we're good. Let's start with that. So let's put our, let's go ahead and glue this down first. Okay. This goes right in the middle here. All right, then we've got our sentiment piece, and let's stamp that again. Let's do some Orchid Oasis on this. We'll go just a little bit darker. And what sentiment do we want to use? How about To a Wonderful Mother? And if she's watching here, she'll probably say, you better send me that card. All right, so I'll do that right in the center here. My mom really likes ferns and woodsy things like that, so I think this card would be right up her alley there. And again, let's take these little spriggly things. Let's kind of layer that a little bit. So let's do our little glue dots here. And we'll put one right here kind of at the base of this plant. Okay, so we'll have that kind of coming out like this. Okay. And then we'll do the other one the opposite way. Again, put your glue dot towards the base, and then come in here and kind of position that. All right, that looks good. Then we'll use dimensionals to pop the whole thing up here. Let's use some of these edge pieces. Use every little bit. Okay. And then we can use one more hunk right in the middle. All right, so your dimensionals will also help you hold your little plant pieces in place too. Okay, so we I'm hiding my little smudge there where I got a little overzealous with my sponging, with my daubers. Isn't that cute? And again, I think we'll just keep it simple. All right, keeping it simple with our brushed brass butterflies here. And let's see. And then do a little one. Let's do that. That way we kind of have a trio around the front of our card. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? So simple. Thank you, Alicia, for reminding everybody. If you're enjoying this, make sure you give me the thumbs up, like, subscribe if you haven't already. I always forget to mention all that. I get so involved with my card making that I totally forget to comment on that. So thank you, Alicia, for reminding everybody. So appreciate it. Okay, really cute there. Used some of our remaining die cut for stencil. All right, and then I have just another quick piece here. All right, so let's go again with, let's see, we were going to use, I had some of that basic white die cut here. Let's go ahead. I liked that radiating stitches die there. So let's do that. We'll die cut a little piece, a little frame, and then I want to use the plant, that big leafy image here. All right, so I think these leafy fern images are my favorite. Let me clean that so that we've got it. Don't have any ink residue on there. Okay. So I got to bring in our little, using my mini machine for the tabletop. Okay, plates 1 and 2. Then your cardstock. Then our die. Make sure it's the cut side down. Then plate number 2. Okay, we'll do a little snap, crackle, pop. Okay. Okay. There we go. That looks good. Let's do a nice fern. Let's see. Should we go with, let's go with Coastal Cabana here because it's my favorite. Okay. Just inking that up nice. Nice fern across the middle. Okay, pretty. Then I can do a sentiment in shaded spruce. Let's see here. Well, let's use this growth one. I'm not entirely sure. You guys leave me a comment. What do you think you would use? Here's to another year of growth. What could we use that for? What occasion? I suppose if you were in business, that would be kind of a neat one. I wanted it to kind of be off to the side. Let's do that then. Okay. And then I feel like that needs a little bit of like twine or something. Just something very natural. How about some linen thread? Just something. Uh-oh, where's the end? There's one. Just really little. Maybe let's do a little bow on that. Okay. Always start with bigger loops than you need because then you can pull them smaller as long as you're tight in the middle. Okay. Just something very natural about that. Let's take one of these glue dots. Kind of put that at the base of our plant. I think that'll work. Okay, we can always trim it down. We did the it just came off the roll, so the little ribbon ends are kind of dancing there. And let's do that. Actually, I liked that crumb cake background that we did before, so let's follow that same suit here, unless my bone folder is buried. There we go. All right, so this is the other half of the sheet of crumb cake here, 5.5 by 8.5. Fold it at 4 1/4. Okay, we could do the layer. Although let's do the layer. So let's see, somewhere I had that extra portion. All right, this just needs to be trimmed down a little bit. So we'll go to 4 by 5 1/4 here. Okay. All right, then pull in your chipboard backing again. All right, let's do that. Let's do our leaf. I like that, stamping that with the crumb cake kind of all over as your own background with is kind of fun for that. So I'll just kind of come in here and there. And all over the place. Okay, you guys see? There we go. Okay, just a random background. Okay, I think that'll work. We'll use a little bit of Stampin' Seal on here. And then we'll pop this piece up. Very clean and simple. Over a couple of dimensionals. Again, I'm going to use the edge pieces here. We'll do each corner and then a little dab in the middle. Looks like we have just enough here. Okay. All right, we'll do this and then pop this on the front. All right, so the crumb cake ties in that nice little bit of dancing linen thread that we have on there. I like that, clean and simple, just like that. But if you want to, you could add maybe a butterfly or two on there. Let's see. Do kind of a mix of large and small. Let's see here. There you go. I got 3 butterflies. Really cute. What do you guys think? All right, yeah. So Alicia is saying that you could use that. Here's to another year of growth. Yes, that could be something New Year's. Yeah, I think it could be business. I don't know. I'll have to play on that a little bit. You could almost see maybe putting that in a scrapbook, like growth of your family. Maybe something like that. That would work. All right, and yeah, just a couple other, I know if you guys are still here, but just a couple other maybe simple ideas that I had seen with some of these backgrounds. All right, we've got these gorgeous gold foil pieces. Okay, and then we do still have a few of the leafy die cut pieces. Oops, I don't need that pot quite yet. Let's see here. Okay, and even just putting these, let's see, use our mini glue dots on here. So we're going to do, again, just really, really simple. We've got our plants and our happy. Let's put our plant kind of across our card. All right, let's kind of do it across the window like this, and then we'll do our happy across the middle. Again, just put the glue dots here at the widest points of your die cut piece. All right. All right, even just putting this right across the middle here. So, so pretty. And then you could use one of our little sentiment pieces. Let's see, we've got we could do happy to call you friend. Happy, yeah, let's do that. We'll do friend on here. Okay, let's see. And then let's stamp that with the shaded spruce as well. That matches the leaves. Okay. And then we can add a few butterflies to this as well. So again, just using the elements from the kit on this one. Just mixing and matching a little bit differently. Okay. And then kind of weaving that in a little bit. Let's see here. I guess I could pop that up. There we go. Happy to call you friend. Little butterflies. Okay, aren't these cute? I love these little butterfly elements. Again, these are the brushed brass butterflies, and you get 80 butterflies in a package. All right, those are in the online store. Okay, get the little dots off there. Isn't that cute? Really sweet. And then just one more to show you that with the little banners here. Okay, so the original intention, they would go landscape, but you don't have to do that. You can totally put this going upright. And then if you do that, then you could pull in, we had a few extra potted plants on here. How about a polished pink pot? All right, we'll create a fun little potted plant here. And we just need something to put in it. Let's go ahead with, I'm looking through my die cuts. I think that would blend in a little bit too much. So let's go ahead and use these fun coastal cabana leaves. All right, you could even flip it over and use white. That actually looks kind of cool. How about that? I love the coastal cabana side, but that's kind of pretty. I think I might do that. Let's put our glue dots here on the front of the coastal cabana section. And then, okay. Of course, if you didn't want white, you could also sponge that and make it, you could make it polished pink or fresh freesia or whatever color plant you wanted there. Okay, put our little plant in a pot. Little potted plant there. I feel like we definitely do need some little butterfly accents up here. Let's see. Maybe even a little one down there. All right, so we've got a little trio. And let's see what we've got for card bases here. Did we use 3 of the We have 2 of the window, 2 of the polka dot. So I should have, there we, there it is. It's hidden up here. Like I thought I had an extra. All right, bring in the polka dot, and this time we'll just go right up the center. And I think rather than pop that up with dimensionals, I'm just going to put a little Stampin' seal right up the front. All right, we'll keep that super simple. Make sure we're centered here. Okay, really cute. And could use a little sentiment on there, but honestly, I think I'm going to leave it plain until I decide what sentiment what occasion I might need this card for. But I like that. It could be used for a whole lot of different things. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. This was our March 2023 10 Years of Growth 10-year anniversary paper pumpkin kit. I had the bonus stamp set in there for the 10-year anniversary gift. So your supplies make 9 cards, but we made one of each as originally planned. And then we got creative. We made some additional alternate project designs. We used the stamps and different elements in here. We just added a little bit of basic white crumb cake and Coastal Cabana cardstock on there. And I did pull in a little bit of Coastal Cabana ink and some blends here. Hi, Brenton. Hello, hello. We are just wrapping up. We have been stamping up a storm here. We made 2, 4, 6, 8. So we did make 9 cards, but we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 different alternate project ideas using this paper pumpkin kit. So fabulous one. Absolutely love it. And hope you're enjoying it too. Hope you like these project ideas. Again, if you did, make sure you give me that thumbs up, like and subscribe. And if you love these projects, but you happen to miss out, you did not subscribe this month and you're kicking yourself, please send me a message. I do have a couple of extra kits that are ordered, and I would be happy to send you one of those. Okay, so please reach out. And you definitely want to make sure you subscribe, because the April kit as well, all the little things, it's going to be, I believe it's 9 cards for that as well. And they have this gorgeous floral motif in here with iridescent foil accents. Really cool. And a bonus with this kit as well, a box organizer to help convert your paper pumpkin box into the ultimate Stampin' Spot storage and tool caddy. Okay, so love it. Stampin' Up! Has been knocking it out of the park with these fabulous kits here lately. We want you to enjoy them. And hope this helps you maximize your kit as well. And I still have several additional supplies. And we didn't even touch the beautiful envelopes too, so that goes with those. So lots and lots of options there. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me and hanging on and watching all these. I know I wish Stampin' Up! Had paper pumpkin outside of the North American market, but hang in there. I know they are working to bring fabulous things to all of their markets. So hopefully you'll get one of these soon. All right. Thank you guys so much. Sharing the love. And I look forward to stamping with you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.